Welcome, boys and ghouls, to this week's Challenge Rift Fun. It is Challenge 43, and we're dealing with Shadows Mantle Demon Hunter. Very powerful set, the Shadows Mantle set, but if you guys and ghouls haven't watched my build video to the Natalia / Marauders build that I uploaded some time ago, check that out. I'll make sure that I link it at the end of this video. You just have to click it and you can watch it. I think that is the absolute best current build for the Demon Hunter. Whether you're aiming for higher end greater rifts or just farming materials, whatever the hell you're doing, I think it's definitely the best build. Has a lot of sentries involved. I won't get into it into detail right now. Check it out at the end of the video. Right now, let's deal with the Challenge Rift. So we'll click on the soul mirror as usual to check out what we're dealing with. Now, this character is only 195 Paragon level, so it might explain why there's only one legendary gem equipped and why in Kanai's cube he or she is missing the ring slot there. Maybe explains it, but elusive ring would have been great in that slot right there. So let's have a quick look at the Shadows Mantle set for those of you that might not know the mechanics of it. So for 2 set items, while equipped with a melee weapon, your damage is increased by 1200%. So obviously we've got a dagger equipped, which I'm going to get to in a second. For 4 set items, Shadow Power gains the effect of every rune and lasts forever. Awesome. So we activate Shadow Power and we get the effect of every rune. For 6 pieces of this set, Impale deals an additional 50,000% weapon damage to the first enemy hit. So huge. First enemy that we hit is going to take all that damage and pretty much instantly die. So if it's an elite, they're going to take a hell of a lot of damage. And having said that, damage definitely is not an issue with this build and this set. So some other items worth mentioning definitely here: strong arm braces, where enemies that are hit by knockback suffer 24% increased damage. Ring of Royal Grandeur is equipped. I don't know why Ring of Royal Grandeur is equipped, because this person has 6 pieces of Shadows Mantle equipped. Like I said, maybe new character, got a Ring of Royal Grandeur, didn't get a better ring to equip, I don't know. Convention of Elements is definitely handy, and he's got Bane of the Powerful equipped as his only legendary gem at the moment. Chain of Shadows, super handy. After you cast Impale, for 2 seconds you can vault at no resource cost. So you can definitely get 2 or 3 vaults in there for free until you have to use Impale again, and then you can vault again 2 or 3 times, as long as you vault within that 2-second period. Holy Point Shot, Impale throws 2 additional knives, so we're going to be throwing 3 knives, so casting Impale, pretty much 3 daggers at once. And finally, Kali's Point, probably the most important item for this build, and that is because the legendary stat here, the damage of Impale is increased by 371%, so again, a damage increase is definitely awesome, but more importantly, it returns 15 hatred if it hits an enemy already impaled. So we definitely want to aim for large packs, because if there's only a few enemies around, they're going to die too quickly, and we're not going to be able to actually regenerate that hatred. So we want to aim for big packs, and the Rift Guardian obviously isn't going to be an issue because he's got quite a large health pool, and as we're casting Impale and throwing those knives, he's going to be hit with Impale more than one time, so we're going to get that hatred back. It's the normal, regular enemies that are going to be an issue in this Challenge Rift because they die too quickly, but aim for large, dense packs, won't be a problem. So Kanai's cube, which I've already touched on, we've got Dawn equipped there and a Killer Karass. For some reason, no ring slot. Like I said, maybe it's still in the early days for this character. Only 195 Paragon levels. Maybe didn't get a good enough ring. I don't know. I find it weird that he's got all these other items, especially the full pieces of Shadows Mantle, Kali's Point, the quiver, the belt. Everything's pretty much ideal other than Ring of Royal Grandeur, which isn't required, and somehow missed that ring slot. But anyway, we won't ramble on about it. So, the skills we're using: Impale with Overpenetration, Companion, Shadow Power, Fan of Knives, Vengeance, and Vault. The passives: Ambush, Awareness, Numbing Traps, and Colour of the Week. So, the strategy for this, Very, very simple. As soon as we get in there, we want to cast our Shadow Power, and we won't have to worry about that for the duration of the entire Challenge Rift, because we activate it once, it'll stay active the entire time with the effect of every rune. We also want to cast or activate Vengeance as soon as we get in there as well. It'll definitely reduce our damage taken with the Dark Heart rune. Just keep an eye on that every time that you can reactivate it, do so. And same goes for Fan of Knives. Definitely want to use this whenever it's up because it gives us armor, and this is quite a squishy build. If you haven't used the Shadows Mantle Demon Hunter before, you might not be used to it and you probably will die. So don't worry about dying, it's quite normal, but make sure you keep an eye on these cooldowns, Vengeance, and definitely Fan of Knives, which increases your armor big time. The companion you can cast, but it doesn't really do much. Your boar charges to you and taunts nearby enemies. It's more useful for the passive, which just gives us some life regeneration and increases our resistances. Not so useful if you want to actually activate companion. And over here we've got Vault, which obviously is used for mobility and some speed increases. Keep in mind, as soon as you impale, for 2 seconds you can vault for free because of the belt that we have equipped. And lastly, our primary damage dealer, Impale. Be careful with this because this will suck your hatred very quickly if you're spamming it for no reason. Make sure that you aim for large, dense packs, elites, and keep on moving. Be very, very careful. Make sure that your Vengeance is up because that also reduces the resource cost of Impale. But just be careful not to spam it like crazy because you can easily, very easily run out of hatred and then you're pretty much going to end up dead. But having said that, when you resurrect, you'll have all your hatred back anyway, so you can just keep on moving, and dying will be normal for most players in this Challenge Rift, like I mentioned. I'm starting to carry on too much. Let's go in there and do this. I'll show you how it's done, and then it's over to you. I hope you all get a really awesome time and get those materials. Your first shot. Let's go. Alright, we're in. Like I said, Shadow Power, Vengeance, and Fan of Knives, and straight to this elite here. And as you can see, damage, not a problem at all. We're down that elite pretty much like he wasn't even there. And to the left here, we've got some very annoying elites, these flying elites, which really frustrate me sometimes, especially with this build, because they spread out. They all spread out. It's quite annoying. But we got them quite easily that time. And this guy followed us, which is quite handy. Thank you very much, young fella. Usually he's somewhere around this area. For some reason he decided to come to us. So yeah, just make sure that you aim for these dense packs if you want to use your Impale. Don't worry about little straggling enemies. We're aiming for elites primarily. As you can see, like, my hatred is affected quite, significantly there. You can see it just waste away very quickly with each Impale, so you definitely want to aim for these large packs so you can regenerate that hatred. And we keep on moving this way. Not this way, this way. It's up to you if you want to grab that blue pack with those flying birds that I killed that elite. It does waste a little bit of time, but as you can see, I didn't waste too much time killing them. I got a bit lucky there. Sometimes they spread out, which is really frustrating. And then you got to cast a lot of your Impale. You can easily run out of hatred. But we're moving quite well. And don't forget, after you Impale, it's the perfect time to use Vault as well. Impale, Vault, Vault, Vault. You can get 2 or 3 in for free. Because if you're vaulting without casting Impale first, you're going to run out of your other resource there. And when the enemies line up in a line like that, it's definitely a good time to cast Impale as well. As you can see, we do take a bit of damage there. Make sure you grab your health globes. Don't forget you've got your health potion. And I'm not going to bother killing these guys when they're spread out like that. This is a nice big pack there. Alright. We're immune to damage now. So this is definitely nice and handy. And there is a bit of density on this floor here, floor 3. But you also take a lot of damage on this floor. These stupid spear throwers, they actually do a lot of ranged damage if you're not careful. Obviously not now, we've got the pylon activated. And we're coming close. Like, see, we're killing the time so easily. We're way ahead. And by the time we get to floor 3, it's pretty much, we're almost at the end. And unfortunately, I haven't really checked out what the best route is on this floor for elites. Like, this might not be the best route. I'm just pretty much just gliding through now. Just trying to get that timer up, which we're just going to miss out on this floor. If we pop the Rift Guardian there, we would have got a pretty awesome time. Because this floor 4 is very annoying. There isn't any dense packs for a little while. But it's all good, we got this. We got so much time. At least, you know, you guys are going to know how to complete this, because the time can be challenging to beat if you're not used to a Shadows Mantle Demon Hunter. I am. I've played this build to death, so for me, it's really just like the back of my hand. And once the Rift Guardian pops, make sure cooldowns are up, impale, 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 and he dead. Rift Guardian is really, really easy. So that is how we do it. 355, it's going to have to do. You know, I'm a very, very busy man. I'm not here to try and break some sort of world record with challenge rift times. I do these videos primarily for you beautiful, wonderful people out there that watch me and support me and like my videos, and you comment all the time. Oh, I love you all. This is for you. I want to show you how to complete the challenge rift so you don't have to stuff around repeating, trying constantly to beat the time. I want you all to get your materials so you can keep playing your seasons and not stress out too much on how to beat this week's challenge rift. So this was super fun for me. I'm actually really enjoying doing these challenge rift videos every week. I really look forward to them all, and it looks like you all enjoy them too. Don't forget to give your creepy uncle Banning13 a big thumbs up. That'll definitely help maintain my creepiness. Don't forget to check out, if you're a Demon Hunter, check out my Natalia/Marauders build. It's so overpowered. It's like a sentry type build with cluster arrow. Check that out. I've got a different variation for that coming out real soon with fire instead of cold damage, which is the current main damage element for this build. But check that out if you're a Demon Hunter. It'll definitely be very useful, and it'll definitely help with your progression in greater rifting. As always, subscribing here at Banning13 is optional, but is greatly appreciated. Show your love towards your creepy damn uncle. If not, that's okay. Just come and visit me again real soon.